Skies are red and black, the storm's clouds start to form. I start to hear the Quagmire's call as my panic begins to roll. My fears start to form as I start to hear their howling calls. As I start to drop, the storm begins to roll. As rain begins to fall, I start to see their souls. your devil's pool. We taste your hill stench. Quagmire, Odyssey, your demons takes us down to your hell depths for your phantom hands to take our souls, to be part with your ghostly mire. As I wake, I look all around as the sun rises. We all face another day in this stinking shipyard, in these chains of our torture. We all face this day of slaughter. As I think how this all happened, how we all ended up in the chains, it's all because we didn't belong. Mired in metal holds us back, the chains of rust will buckle. Mired in metal, we will break these chains, we will be finally be free. As I think all of the slaughter, our pain will make us all stronger. As we all been put through this torture, it will make our revenge all but sweeter. As the heat buckles these rusty chains, they turn to dust. We finally break free as we all hunt down those who put us through this pain. Torture, our revenge will be their punishment behind these rusty doors. Mighty metal, these chains are finally broken. We are finally free. Mighty metal, our revenge is so sweet. We finally found peace. Mighty metal, these chains are finally broken. We are finally free. Mighty metal, our revenge is so sweet. We finally found peace. Euphoria in the pit. People say I wasn't awake. People say I was sleep deprived. People say I was imagining it, but I know I wasn't sleepwalking. Euphoria of the pit, it's not in my dreams. On a warm summer evening, I feel the warmth, but I am wide awake. As the evening wears on, cooler it gets, but I don't feel sleepy because I am still wide awake. Euphoria in the pit. People say I was dreaming. People say I wasn't there. People say I imagined it, but I knew I was fully alive. I knew what I was doing. Euphoria of the pit, it wasn't a mistake. As the evening wears on, I start to feel the chill. As the warmth starts to fade away, I know I have to close them to keep the chill out. Euphoria of the pit, I'm not in a dream state. I know I'm fully awake. As I start to shut them, I'm not fading into the dream world. Euphoria in the pit, it's not what it seems. As the night goes on, the unseen floating shadows, what starts to wonder as me and my dog sleeps, the unseen shadow spirits unlock what I did when I sleep. It wasn't my dog, it was the figures of the unseen shadows, what wander among us during the dead of night. As I wake, my dog is there to greet me. As I start to wonder, things seems odd, my euphoria starts to flow. I know what I did, or is my mind playing tricks? Have I been fooled by my mind drifting to the dream world? Did I really do it after all? Euphoria of the pit. People saying it's your mind playing tricks, but they wasn't there. People say it's a dream world messing with your mind, but people can't think what they think. Of the pit. People just don't want to believe. Euphoria in the pit. Was it really real? Or was it a dream maze? It's for you to decide. Euphoria of the pit. I was not dreaming. my strength is powerless, I try and fight, but nothing is giving back. It making me to face my fears and trolls. The control of it makes me feel I'm losing my mind and soul. Its power shadows my mind like a dulling pain as I try and swim from its power's grasp. Afraid to face my terrors, I suddenly awake from its spell, sweating and panting, and I realize the trauma of the dream. My powers was in my veins, or was it in my head? But then I realized it was a dream after all. But will the dream my terror still be waiting for me to fall? webbing at practice. I wish it was raining, but the sun rages fire. I fear the closure of the webbing net surrounding me. I'm in this cage of terror. I'm in the firing line. I have nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, as the thing I hate the most starts to run. As my torment is headed towards me, I fear the speed demon I can't escape. I have to find the guts to stand here and face it, but in some weird way in this net, I'm joyfully trapped. After surviving the fear net, now it's my day of judgment. I'm at the ground, sitting on the balcony. I pray it was raining, but there's no clouds in sight. It's blue skies all around as the fires from the sun hits my face as I go out and face the music on this oval of hell, on the battlefield of torture. I step out from my comfort zone onto the battlefield. The blaze of the sun hits my face like raging fires, burning through wood and forest. They laugh, they whisper. I feel the dogs in the distance. The fear of getting won burns me like the raging sun. As I get to the crease, I turn and face my nightmare. No net this time, but there's builders surrounding me. My fear locks in, but somehow I feel joyfully trapped. The turmoil of my terror, the anguish of my failure makes me sweat buckets as the sweat dips off my weight falls. I feel like a walking skeleton. I look in all of these mirrors. Is it me standing there looking back? Or is it the reflection of my failure? But with all these mirrors of truth surrounding me, the reflection of my terrors makes me feel terribly trapped. Stuck in the mist, Trapped in this dense fog always, stuck in the endless cycle. It always feels like all of this is all in my mind. It feels I'm always stuck, but at least I'm still smiling. Inside my head, I try and peel my eyes open so I can see the way forward. This sticking rut is holding me against my will. My sloping strides is always one step forward, two steps back. Feels like my feet are being swallowed up in the soaking mud. It makes me stuck, which keeps me smiling. The sweat and fear have always been entombed. I can't move, I can't turn, I feel like a rabbit in the headlights. What do I do? Pray or beg, one day he might listen, but until then I'm still trapped, but I'm always smiling. Who do I pray to, the Almighty or Lucifer? Do they exist or not? I pray to be set free, but neither are listening. Which one is dragging me, the demon or the saint? It feels like both, but until I find out, I need to keep smiling. Which one of them will? Which one of them will listen? I can't see the sign. No, as they both keep me bolted in this cycle of misery. Will I ever see myself free? The powers that be what still pulls my strings to keep me this entombed in this state. More I find, more it pulls me back. Will they ever answer my prayers, or will they ever listen? Or do I need to keep shouting, but my voice seems to be falling on black tears? Once my voice fades, there's no helping me. It looks like I'm always gonna be stuck in this endless groundhog day. But how I'm still smiling. Maybe it's the saint or sinner, I just don't know. I'm still stuck here without a bell ring, but still smiling. head, my brain is twisting. The arching pain is always fighting. With my thoughts I can't see what's in front of me. The future always looks bleak, but the past always looks so clear. In my mind it always does, but my heavy heart is always in the future. But my light spirit is always in the past. Always looking back instead of looking forward. We all have great history with our past members. With all our heavy hearts, we think of their light spirits. I think we see them like see faces in the clouds. We always have them in our minds and in our souls. The souls of our past haunt us in the future. Is it why we see them in our distance? Is it why when we wake our minds are so twisted? Our past members make our past so great. Their light spirits make our futures heavy hearts. Watching them through the window, I see their figures, but I see right through it. The living souls stand right next to them, but they can't see the floating figure. Why is it I can see it, but others can't? I thought this gift had God. How could have I been so wrong? The figures float ever closer to the window. Are they the souls of my past, or the figures of my future? Last time they were in the clouds, did the Almighty release them to hound me out or to make my peace? Whether they are the past souls or future figures, did they have heavy hearts to go with the light spirits? When I try and go to sleep, the figures from the clouds are tapping in my mind. Why did I look up? Why do I see them in my sleep? I wish he would take them back, but I don't want to lose them. But for me to get my peace back, with my heavy heart, I have to let their light spirits go. We met for the first time somehow. You smelled my weakness, you preyed on my foolishness. Before I know it, I was falling for every word you said. You spit me your lies to get my attention. You tell your tales to guide me in. You spin your web to get me caught, but the Quicksand Serenade might just set me free. You blink your eyes, my body tightens. You tell me your stories, I believe every word, because it's your tightening rope says me falling for your lies. You spin me your tales to grind me down. You twist your stories to make me believe. You tighten your ropes so I can't breathe. But if I squeak the Quicksand Serenade, it just might break your spell over me. Oh! When you turn away, I loosen the rope. I try and reach for the serenade, but it's out of reach as you turn back. I tighten the rope back. How are you doing this to me? I can't think or focus, but maybe the smell of the serenade is starting to overtake your soul. You spin me more tales. I think your spell is wearing off, your web is loosening. I'm starting to breathe. You try telling me more lies. I'm starting not to fall for them. Your power of the Quicksand Serenade is making you stick. The Quicksand Serenade starts to suck all of your lies, so they can't hurt me anymore. I stand here watching as the quicksand devours you all. The power of the Quicksand Serenade is a powerful thing. Walking through the sun-mist hallway, there's a flashing piece of paper on my floor. The power shine off, it stops me in my tracks. Its powers makes the paper to float into my hands. It tells me to go to the mystery puzzle maze. Suddenly I'm in my car, I must have floated here. How is the car moving? I don't know how. I see a sign, I take the turn as I'm approaching it. The atmosphere suddenly goes tense here at the maze. Somehow I'm out of the car, I'm standing A power flashing beam shines into my eyes. It transfixes me to overall my soul. Suddenly, I was already in the mystery maze. I awake in this maze. How did I get here? I saw a flash. I must have passed out. Have I been put here by what or by whom? God knows it must be the powers of this mystery puzzle maze. I feel confused. This atmosphere is dulling my mind. My sight seems blinded. My head is spinning. This toxic poison, its smell is sending me mad. I feel lost. The thing what put me here has dropped me so far deep in this maze. How on earth do I get out of this puzzle maze? Lost in this maze, what or who put me here? My mind can't decide. This mist is toxin my brain. This fractured cloud of the mystery puzzle maze traps you. It feels like there's no way out. I try and move through this mystery mist cloud. Flying arms fly out of the edges of the maze. They try and hold me back. I struggle free, but the toxic atmosphere of this mystery maze, I always end up at the place I started to move. Lost in the mystery, and the arms tried to stop me. I fought them off. The mist sent me back where I started. The toxic fuzz of the puzzle maze dulls your being and soul. I see the arrow which tells me the way to go, but my eyes are fogged, blind. The toxic edges of this power maze sense poison smells. I need to find the right arrow before the smells of this maze overwhelms me. Lost in this mystery puzzle maze, I miss the phantom arrow. Do I turn left or right to save myself? My mind can't decide. My brain fog is messing with my soul. This mystery maze is drowning my soul. Tasting the water of this maze clears my dull mind. I quickly swim to the left to avoid the demon. The demon screams, fades away. I suddenly see entity which shows me the way. I see my car parked there through the poison smoke. I jump through the power mist to escape this trap, but the enigma of this mystery puzzle maze will always have its hold on me until I pass. That's how powerful the mystery puzzle maze is. Just me and the lads. A phone rings, shall I answer that, boss? Harry says I reply. Sure, if you think you're the boss in my office. Sorry boss, I step out of line. Replies Harry. After receiving the call, me and the lads are on the hunt for a murder suspect. Why are they ringing us, boss? McCallum asks. Because me lad, we are the Terriers. You may think we are dumb and cuddly, but remember this: the Terriers will always hound you out. We get to the crime scene, what a sight, the worst I've seen. The two, I say to Ross and Barnaby, go in there and do what they do best, lads, sniff this place out. I'm sure the two will crack our case. Ross and Barnaby are the best to crack our case. They spot things we can't see. They dig and dig. These two were born to do what the Terriers were meant to do. Hound out, the suspects out. They think they hold the advantage, but they need to remember one thing: the Terriers will always hound them out. Name is Marlow, I'm the boss. I need to sniff out the best in the business. Areas up front, always alert. McCallum, no nonsense, straight to the point. He's the best of the Yorkshire force. Ross and Barnaby are the best in cracking cases with their no-nonsense attitude. These four nuts fitted my bolts. We get called the hard-hitting crime detective squad that always cracks their cases. But if Ross and Barnaby fail to sniff out these suspects, it could be our last case together as a squad. But with those two on the case, I know the suspects won't be sleeping with the Terriers on their tails. With Ross and Barnaby sniffing the crime scene, Harry and McCallum see a figure in the distance. Boss figure 12 o'clock says Harry, I spotted. McCallum says he's just standing there. Is he just watching, or is he our man? Ross and Barnaby approach. Anything, I say. Both reply, yes. With the man in the distance, have we got our man, or is he playing us, taunting us? Is he really our suspect? But the man in the shadows should know, with us on the case, the Terriers leave nothing unturned until we hound him out. What did you find, lads? I say his scent. They both reply. Ross then smells the air. He clocks the distant shadow. Boss, that figure is the scent. Ross with a deadly glare. With all our six senses, we realize the chase is on to bring the shadowy figure to justice. The man in the shadows thought he had us beat. He thought he covered his tracks. He thought he could outwit the Terriers crime detective squad. But the shadow figure didn't